I feel the need as a traditional African medicine queen mother, traditional African medicine development on the international market, on the global market. I feel the urgent need to get in there to educate ourselves on what we are doing wrong and what we are doing right with ourselves. The world today globally is not about one person. It is about you first before me. It is about supporting each other to succeed in every effort we are putting in, because all other competitors are together. In this case, talking of United States of America, talking of the European Union, talking of China, everybody is together. So the only people who are not together yet are the Africans. And that is why we could see it in the general development that the African and the black person is the vulnerable in the general situation.
Medicine is enshrined in Africa's history. Africa for several centuries used most of the medical treatment that are still in use today. Before the Europeans' invasion of Africa, Kemet, South Africa and Nigeria, among many other regions in Africa, had far more advanced medicine than medicine in Europe. These are some of the medical procedures that were known to Africa long before Europeans started practicing them. Procedures such as broken bone setting, bullet removal, skin grafting, autopsy, filling of dental cavity, installation of false teeth, cesarean section, vaccination, and anesthesia. I'm sure you will think I'm crazy that there were more or many advanced cultures performing surgery with antiseptic.
In the case of this reality, how do we come together in all our professional efforts to be able to promote Africa with all its cultural dignity, royalty, riches, resources, and this could be done only together. So, having heard of QuaFX situation, I really don't know what happened. Don't get me wrong, I don't know the man, so I have absolutely no idea. Having heard of him through the media that he got Chinese people who experimented the product and wanted even to take his formula, I thought if he had given it to the Chinese, this was going to be a very, very big loss for Ghana. Because what about Ghana's image if he had gone out there in Ghana's name? What about Africa's image if he had gone out there in Africa's name? What about the black person's name if it had gone out there in that form? So I called the other authorities I work with, discussing with them how we should come together. And of course, I got a message from my queen mother, Nana Krowa, that they joined together with all the authorities involved, pursued, and quite a number of other people's formulas were taken to be checked on, or medicines were taken to be checked on. And hoping that QuaFX, who had already succeeded to some extent, that he will be a mentor for others to follow, because generally he's already on the market. And he could never get that far on the market if the required qualification had not been met in the first place. So it means he went there having fulfilled a certain criteria. So I am baffled in my mind what might have happened there. And as we try to portray the man to be evil, as we try to paint him badly, what about those who had even tried the product? I did my own research by getting into the man's history, and there I got to know that with all efforts for him to advance his activities, being failed by Ghana's FDA, this man had taken the opportunity to go all the way to South Africa to look for South Africans who had peculiar ailments, to do the tests, and of course he got the laboratories, etc., who worked with him. And this is their testimonials. You are aware. They share it also in Ghana. And then we also had situations where he had worked with other people from Sierra Leone and other patients from Ghana. All those people testify to the remedies being good enough for him or for them. So if this is the testimonial, the question at stake is, what more should we do as GAFTRAM so that the one who has succeeded as a mentor, we could follow his suit to have our activities advanced? We are not at a fight, we are not at a war with anybody. And in fact, I think it is hard time somebody educates you, the African, educates you, the Ghanaian, on the true meaning of global development. Global development means become a participant. And how could you become a global participant? You are a global participant only when you trust in you, and you trust in your culture, and you trust in your dignity, and you trust in your identity. So therefore, you take that cultivated thing in you, add value to it, and put it out there on the market. Nothing more, nothing less is expected of you. So when we talk of it that way, we have all the ministerial functions, from agriculture to health, to finances, to economic. We operate together. It's a network. When one of the molecules gets broken, it is never a complete stop. So, what do we want? What is our vision? What is our aim? Are we telling Ghanaians that now, this is the time we make somebody dehumanized, demoralized, an established company up to that level, just destroyed with this? What is the vision? What is the aim? What is the motive behind? Now I have to take the opportunity to educate your mind. Whatever traditional African medicine is pursuing, or Ghana Federation of Traditional African Medicine is pursuing, you are there together with the authorities, you know the vision and their aim. Europe is doing the same thing. We call it traditional European medicine. In Germany, you have studies, we call it Heilpraktiker. It is equivalent to the orthodox doctor, except that they go natural and this one goes synthetic. And then we come to America, calling it holistic. And then we come to England, calling it naturopathic, but it is all about the same vision, the same aim. So therefore, if Africa has got its traditional medicine, this is the time to pursue. This is the time to advance. This is the time to promote each other, work with each other, support each other for a success. And why would Ethiopia consider traditional Chinese medicine? Because somebody called Choi, Chinese name, please don't argue with me. I just try to mention it. Whatever the case is, C-O-C-H-O-I. So this man took it upon himself to pursue and advance their cultivated cultural way of treating ailments. And in spite of modern medicine, they did not leave it behind. So now, with their efforts, they have been able to advance traditional Chinese medicine to the point that within no time, WHO is going to hierarchy them on a certain level. And what happens there? They gained very much in the global development. They gained a lot economically. They gained as a people. They gained and regained their identity and dignity. So this is the difference. Now, if Ethiopia will go and take traditional Chinese medicine, it's because the Africans' own was never accepted. It's because the Africans' own was never dignified. It's because those who even put in the effort to do it. The African is such a special person in himself. Oh, I advanced myself and I had a title that tall, so I am better. Oh, I went to that university over there, so I am better. Oh, I studied in Europe, so I am better. Oh, I studied and worked in this hospital in America, I'm better. For Christ's sake, you are much better if in the course of your titling yourself, you dignified your ancestral, cultivated spirit in all the economies. Only by nursing that ability, you will become a global participant. You will become a success in the future. You will improve your economy. You will improve your finances. Why would China not molest Africans? Because they went there vulnerably. So Ghana's FDA, please give me a break. Dr. Duncan had worked in South Africa, and Chinese people saw him and they wanted to take his product to go and make their own thing out of it. Have you considered the fact that if you had supported Dr. Duncan to reach the level which you expect of him, and you had nursed the Kumasi Herbal University Department students as herbal medical practitioners into Dr. Duncan's activity, and these youth had gone there to China, dignifying themselves in their African robe, like I do here in this very sunny spring day in Germany. Standing with my identity, the same way they stand with their identity behind their products, and they sell, speaking a language of their ancestors, explaining the efficacy of the product, and the people go to demonstrate and try it, and it works. Don't we get a dignity together? Yes, of course. We get a dignity as Ghana, we get a dignity as Africa, and we get a dignity as Black people. Okay? Your youth gets job. The Chinese come in will dignify you simply because you came having added value to yourself. That's how it works. You didn't. You rather breaking the man down, no matter the amount of money he has invested into bringing up his company this level, building up his company, you just go in there. I am the CEO. I am this director. Und so what? So what? If you have that position, go up there on the global market and stand with a pride shoulder. I am an African. I know who I am. I know what I can do. This is the time. Fight for your own children. Fight for your own dignity. Fight for your own future. If you had known how to fight for yourself, nobody will look down upon you. We start with Ethiopia considering traditional Chinese medicine. We start with Senegal considering Madagascar's traditional medicine. We come to Nigeria, having allowed the African alternative medicine doctor or practitioner to come and share his success stories. And as I side with him, over 75% of whatever you proclaim to be Western medicine is based on traditional African medicine. In this case, the chemistry starts with you as an African. It goes all the way to Zimbabwe accepting traditional African medicine in the cure of their COVID. I believe this simply to be a people who have understood their own values, a people who dignify themselves, a people who are ready to advance and improve themselves. So, give me a break. What was the man's mistakes? What were the faults? If today we are talking of advancement in technology, then for Christ's sake, all you need to do is to have the man supported technologically to advance its activities, or to have GAFPRAM directed to go their own way to advance traditional African medicine, which is the origin of it all. So, I wouldn't go further without going to the word chemia. What is chemistry today? Chemistry is derived out of the word Nubian. And who are the Nubians? The Nubians had been the black folk at the banks of the river Nile around Egypt, Ethiopia, all the way down to Sudan. The Akans, who worked concoctions, which we named black magic, black power, the Nubian women, the chemia, and out of chemia, the Greeks made it alchemy, and with time, the British people advanced it to the word chemistry. So why do you feel so pompous at the word chemistry, but you don't believe in your Nubian, and you don't believe in your blackness being the origin of medical history? This baffles my mind. So you know what? I came to meet you, to talk to you, Mr. Gentleman in your suits. It is time to respect yourself, respect your fellow human being. It's just about respect. Nothing more, nothing less. If you decided to go the orthodox way, please. If Dr. Duncan decided to go the traditional way, respect him. You are put in that position to guide with the internationally accepted order of the day. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? So whilst all those other countries are pursuing for successes, if you set somebody back that much, how do you expect to progress? How would you motivate the youth to go and study traditional African medicine? And I got it from my colleagues. You have authorities in high position. You just come to sit on the media and you demean African medicine as if everybody who practices is just aimless. No. If there is much to development, it is in traditional African medicine. Because going down to the root of the tree, whatever makes the tree gigantic, big, if we take the baobab tree into question, the huge thing, whatever holds it to be able to carry that weight is full of potentiality. These are the things we should research into, and as we pursue those things, our children will get a joy to do what? Study into traditional African medicine. The time has come that we take traditional African medicine as a product, add value to it, and sell it. Personally, before I was given the position as a Queen Mother a year ago in this regard, at the end of the activity, I will show you the level to which I have advanced traditional medicine in this very Europe. If you want further argument with me, with my traditional African medical centers, which I set up in the bushes in Ghana, I bring my patients from Europe and treat them over there. If you don't know something, if you don't understand something, ask. Ask. Why? How? What? That is the only way to develop with one another. Development without your own environment is no development. That's why the black person is so vulnerable. China, Japan, South Korea, and the whole region there put themselves together, and because they pursued it together, today one Chinese could come up with $20 million for research into one medicine. Is that all the best you can do for your fellow Ghanaian? After he's established such a goodwill, just to demean the man that way? Do we sometimes think of our reactions and the effect it has even on our health? Please, respect people. Just respect people. It is very important to respect people. Whatever sweat that man went through, he did it for you and for me. For everybody who has consumed Koa FX and it did a little good in the person, the lamentation of all those people comes upon you. The only best you could do for Dr. Duncan is to support him. I am very sure that he didn't get this far for nothing. He got this far ready to advance. And in his advancement, he's also ready to submit to the rules and regulations and the things he's supposed to do to have it all succeed. So why wouldn't you talk to him? Why do you just destroy him? Why do you just break him down? If you are a CEO of FBA, he is a CEO of his company. So again, I repeat, the word is respect. As we put down the category of medical sciences, the field of operation, if we come in to advance traditional African medicine that way, should we name them? From the nurses to the dietitian, academizing it higher and having our youth study into it, taking it out there as a global product. Don't you think you'll be at par with that Chinese whom you want to bring to come and establish what? A Beijing clinic. Didn't they channel it through the FDA to come there? So if traditional Chinese medicine will be accepted and practiced in your Ghana, what do you think the Chinese has better than the Ghanaian? If you allowed Indians to bring in their Ayurveda, why not promote your own? My conclusion at the end of it all, it is time to go back and be you. Sankofa back to your own roots. No matter your level of education, no matter your position, from the political pew to the church pew, to the legal pew, all the way to the professor pew, the academias, you pursued the ladder up there to develop your economy. And your economy could be developed only by adding value to wherever you are. It starts with that medicine. For all the effort you are putting in with Western medicine and all the negativity you are preaching, taking masks from China and whatever, have you given one herbal practitioner the opportunity to test on a patient? So why do you believe in everything foreign at the expense of your own self? This is the question you have to lie quietly in your bed and ask yourself, what are we doing right and what are we doing wrong? There is this village in Ghana, I love the name very much, Bebianeha. Bebianeha. Wherever you go in this world, who you are is you. So bringing yourself into that foreign world will dignify you to gain the respect. And you will make an economic impact on your people back home. Starting with Dr. Duncan's activity, let's start with the farmers processing the product. Let's talk of those doing the drying. Let's talk of those in the lab, etc., etc., etc. All the way down to the one who even sows the cattle. So he covers all the economy. And if we would support him and promote him and elevate him, and out of that mentorship, the whole of GAFTRAM will embrace its abilities and practices to equate that of the competitor, how would your Ghana be? A word to the wise is enough. If in any case you do not think further of your reaction towards GAFTRAM by destroying Dr. Duncan's image, you better go back and say, I am sorry. I did not understand it better. Do that for your own unborn child. Don't tell me, with your age now, you were born in any clinic. We had been the African women who gave birth to children on the farms, on the markets, in the bathrooms. You just needed a leaf in your mouth and you could not even feel the contractions. Why don't you go closer to Nana Kruwa? You think those people with GAFTRAM, they can't read, they can't write. Let me tell you one thing. The knowledge they possess, you don't have an iota of it. Go with Nana Kruwa to the jungles and he will show you medicines. Go with Nana Obiri to the jungles, he will show you medicines. I took the opportunity to talk with them around Eburi Gardens and the Mampon Research Center, and they showed medicines. I felt like, wow. And you know what I did? I took the opportunity to ask to those your NAPO girls working there, hey, do you know the name of this? And then they will come with the big botanical name. Hey, stop, follow those people. Follow the women. They will teach you what true knowledge is. And as they followed, the laptop we had with us, the tablet we had with us to use for pictures, they ended up recording the plants and its efficacy as they explained every now and then. These youths were more than happy. Today I work with one of them. What is your problem? Believe in yourself, okay? If I walk on the streets of Europe on this sunny, beautiful spring day, just dress my cultural way, it is because I stand to my identity, and by nursing that identity, I could be able to do what? Also impress somebody with my product, and the person will buy, whether you like it or not. I believe you rather gingered GAFTRAM as the umbrella of all traditional medicine practitioners, and we are going to march together, march stronger. So the earlier you agree to work with us, the better. I need the same thing in Germany. The Ghana's FDA, I had waited 9 months, 2 weeks, a year ago, waiting for you to give me the same document in the name of traditional African medicine, so that we will be able to create jobs for your children. We will be able to cure you, that you will not lie in a hospital bed with pampers at old age. Because the phytochemistry is the vital you. Why do you believe in vitamin C on the shelf? Why do you believe in vitamin D on the counter? But you don't believe the saturated, God-made, highly concentrated vitamins, minerals, amino acids in the tree. Are you talking of sciences? For Christ's sake, sciences is in the tree. Sciences is in the nature. How in the summer, in the spring, we see the leaves in Europe having the floor carpeted with all this from the trees. And the same thing tends to be so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful in the spring. If you know herbal medicine, wherever you go, you see God. We call it what? Ebibidru. Ebibir means the blackness in you. We call it what? Onunsinyi. It means You just go down under and dig deeper. And when you dig deeper under things, you see all the secrets in there. So our way of treating ailment is to go deeper and bring it all out. Vomit it out. Urinate it out. Digest it out. Activate the glands so that you sweat it out. Activate the mucus so that you spit it out. Is it a complicated thing to do that you don't trust that we could do anything? I trust very much that I can cure you yourself with COVID if you should have it. Give me the chance, okay? It is time we go back to respect our language. Oninsini, Ebibidru, what are the other names? If I should remember my 3 words. Ahabandru, even the word ahaban. Don't you see that when you are in a situation where you feel vulnerable, in the tree language, why ha 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 ha. So if you are in that helpless situation, the aha ban, taking the aha and ban means pillar. This one gives you what you need, and you can put yourself on that medicine, just like you can put yourself on God. Ahaban. If you know traditional medicine, you travel to Switzerland and you see the beauty in nature as the similar tree in Ghana, Okusibir. When I found it in Switzerland, I found like, whoa, I'm in heaven. And if you go to the beaches of Ghana, what you call algan, you'll find it on the beaches of France in a different way. This is how God designed nature. What chemistry did you study? What science did you study to have forgotten yourself that you are the chemistry, that you are the Nubian, that you are the blackness? And whatever you call modern today, just to your information, it originated from me, the black Nubische, Nubian. In German we say Nubische Frau. It originated in me, the black Nubian woman. And when I stand before the very Europeans you are quoting, I speak with confidence, I speak with pride, because I cure them from ailments which your modern medicine cannot even tackle. I hope you are going to give us a new beginning altogether, and we demand it from you. Thank you very much.